Hi friends, my name is Brit. I am Another Lost Millennial and welcome back to my channel and my garden. So it has been exactly 1 month since I shot my last garden tour. Mid-April, it is now mid-May and I have just a little bit of sun left, but it is so nice and cool right now. I just finished a little project and I wanted to do a quick little garden tour because there's so much going on right now and I just want to share it with somebody. So let me turn you around and let's go take a look at my garden. You guys. Okay, so first things first, I did not have the shade cloth up in my last, sorry, I'm stepping in weeds on my thighs. Okay. I didn't have the shade cloth up. This year, we decided to attach part of it to the roof with little carabiners and hooks and kind of do a similar thing that I had last year. If I can find some pictures, I'll show you my little setup I did last year, but I left these two T-posts in. I have a couple in here still from last year's setup, but so I got some 1/2-inch metal conduit, some curved corners and the little connector pieces, and I made this 15 feet wide by 5 feet tall-ish little, I don't know, hoop. So we just draped it over and I connected it to the T-post with these heavy-duty clips. Last year I just used zip ties, but I think that this will hold much better than the zip ties. And yeah, and you can see I did it on that side as well. So I had another piece up here, but it was plastic. It fell apart day 2 it was up. Plus it was just laying on my cattle panel trellises and my flat cattle panel trellises, and it ripped a bunch of holes in it. So this is probably the last year this sunshade will be able to be used. But yeah, so let's we're gonna start over here. I don't usually start over here, but right here, this little end is chaos planting of the Autumn Beauty Mix sunflowers, and then over here at the end, they're not looking too great, but these are black Hopi black dye sunflowers. So this is gonna be really pretty. I think this is about as tall as they're gonna get, and I'm okay with that because that actually comes up to my chest. So it's probably about 4 feet tall right here. I planted these next to my corn, which I planted the corn late, and I definitely need to fertilize. I just have not gotten around to it because every time I come out here after I get busy, there's like random things I need to fix, like the tomatoes have fallen over or the chamomile was super full and took me so long to pick everything. But my corn is doing okay. I do have some pole beans down here that they're very old. I don't think they're doing great. They were from the Dollar Tree like 4 years ago and they were just in my seed bucket. But what is doing good are these Lysianthus. This is so tall, this whole row. The other side is not as tall, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on over there. I think it's the garlic over there that is kind of attacking it. This is a zinnia. I did pinch it back when it was down here at this leaf, and we are getting some little branchies. I have some okra, 3 okras. Oh, just kidding, 4 okra. More zinnias. I have other little sprouted zinnias and most likely cosmos. I'm be curious to see what those cosmos are because I didn't plant any in this bed this year, but I did have this really pretty Sensations blend in this bed last year. Surprisingly, the Black Magic petunias are still like hanging in there, and I do see I still have some chamomile on this plant. I should have probably picked it, but I was too busy fixing this sunshade. Okay, let's move around. My dill and cilantro are still, you know, they're done, but there's still, if we can see, some little ladybugs on here, so I'm going to continue to leave it. I did throw some seeds in here. I threw some Roselle hibiscus, I threw some zinnias, I threw some Tulsi basil. Nothing's come up yet. Same in this. Another noticeable difference on this side, I pulled my blackberry. It had a bunch of new growth, but it had a really bad infestation of like white flies and aphids, and I was battling with them and I just couldn't get it, and I didn't want them to spread. So I just pulled it and I planted some Roselle hibiscus in here. So I think that this will be a good spot for that. I cut this oregano back. It was like a third of this plant, and I dehydrated it, and it's already grown back. It's bushy. Oh, and also the mealies. It's gross. This is on like everything, and I keep, you know, rubbing them off, but I don't know. I need to pull this parsley. I don't know why it hasn't bolted. I'm trying to let it bolt. I did cut this all the way down as well, and I dehydrated these two. But this is not, it's not bolting, which is weird because we can't grow parsley here in the summer. But look, the oregano is like, it's growing. It's like trailing. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, so here's my little walkway. Don't look at the grass. I'm so annoyed with this. It did not work out at all. But all these dwarf sunflowers. Oh no! No! Hold on. I hate it. I hate it. Ugh. Anyway, oh god, it smells so bad now. Cool. These little dwarf sunflowers, I got them at the Dollar Tree, and I thought that this would be a great little spot for them. And also like an experiment, because when I created this garden, I had envisioned filling every single one of these holes up around the beds. And that was really ambitious and not something I want to upkeep. So, oh, the stink bug, it smells so bad. I shouldn't have done that. I think they're doing great because there's not like an actual drip in these, but they're attached to the bed, which, you know, there's moisture and there's moisture they can reach in the bottom, but they're doing really well with just some hand watering and the excess from the beds. So this one is just huge. And then I have some zinnias, also dwarf zinnias I found at the Dollar Tree. I came through and I added all my little Dollar Tree accessories, and I have some more on the other side. They're really cute. The random Lysianthus is doing well. I need to pull this ranunculus. Woo, bugs, no. I believe this is a cantaloupe. And my mystery pepper is no longer a mystery. This was supposed to be a Purple Beauty bell pepper. This is the second time I got pepper gated. This is the second time I've bought a Purple Beauty bell pepper transplant, and they came out to be banana peppers. Either banana peppers or Hungarian wax, but I'm pretty sure they're banana peppers, but they're not very spicy. The snapdragons are still hanging in there. I need to remove those. This right here is a Chinese yard-long noodle bean. It's up to my chest as well. It's very tall. Here's my volunteer sunflower right here. This is taller than me. Let me turn you around and show you. Oh, you can't tell, but yeah, it's taller than me. I love it. I love it so much, you guys. Hey, yes, that one is going strong. My corn just fell and scared the crap out of me. Over here, more of the dwarf sunflowers. I got some little gnomes by a little campfire, little mushroom, and then I created this pot broke, so I flipped the tray upside down and I put those little beads and a little, whoa, I lost my balance. Put the little, you know, half bead things for bees. I filled it with water, and it's got this little pond. It's cute, and the little fairy stairs. It's cute. I don't know. I love it. I'm pretty sure this is cantaloupe, or some kind of melon. I was thinking cucumber, but I didn't plant. I don't have any cucumbers that are trailing. The only cucumbers I have are a Space Saver, and when I grew those last year, they stayed. They stayed short and bushy. So I think this is a melon. Not sure what kind. We shall find out, because I did not plant melons in this little square. I had melons in this bed on this end last year, so they might just be a volunteer, but I find that hard to believe because I just put the soil in this year. There was no soil in these blocks last year, so we'll see. I planted some watermelon in here to hopefully come out and cover the soil and the mulch once I finally get it on there this upcoming week. Once I get the garlic pulled. I think it's almost ready, probably in a week. I have to turn these water lines off and let it dry out for about a week, and then hand water my tomato, which this is my Sun Gold. We have tons of fruit on here. A lot. This one is blushing a little bit. We're close to our first Sun Gold since the fall, and I'm really excited because this one is my favorite tomato so far. And I had one in the fall, but it died with our weird frosts we had. I'll show you the front of this real quick. Here's the other row of Lysianthus, if you can see them. They're kind of being bullied by my garlic, so they're not as tall as the ones over there. I did plant a Malabar spinach in this corner to hopefully, you know, climb up this, but I have not seen any, and those little green stems are from the nasturtium plant that was right here, so that's definitely not it. Let's go in here. Oh yeah, I made another little bee water thing right there. This bad boy is the Amalfi Pink F1 Hybrid. I picked all of my tomatoes. I didn't start any from seed this year. I was way too busy in December, so I didn't get around to it. But I bought them all from the Phoenix Seed Swaps Spring Garden Fair, and we have tons of tomatoes. They're just, none of them are ripe yet. This is a Kajari melon. So I'm gonna put one of my little ladder mesh pieces right here, so it's a little trellis, and I'll have it go up and over this little walkway. These are all beans. These are a local bean that someone in Tempe, Arizona grew, and saved the seeds from. It's called a brown tepary beans. I did also plant some cowpeas in here as well in the empty spaces to try and revive this soil. Like I said, there's no mulch on any of my beds. I will be getting to that this upcoming week. This garlic is almost done. My green stalk is not happy. I have a couple strawberry plants that are hanging in there, but in all the empty pockets, I planted a cowpea. So hopefully we'll get something from in here to like help the soil. There's one of the strawberries that's hanging in there. I found some seeds. I don't know what those are. Some seeds, some sprouts. I'm not too sure what they are. So good luck to us. We will see. This might be a loofah, which I don't know how that got there, but we will see. My lemongrass is doing pretty good. So is my hidden Victorina sage. This is also one of the things I cut down significantly and dehydrated some of that. This is interesting. This little strawberry has some flowers on it, and it is, I thought it was dead, honestly, so that's pretty cool. If I come to the back, well, we have a strawberry, but I don't think that's going to turn into anything. I've got gnats all over me, ew. I cut this sage down as well and dehydrated it, and I cut off a bunch of this thyme, which is probably why it looks haggard. And I dehydrated some thyme as well. Well, I didn't dehydrate the thyme. I put that in my herb dryer. And then these are the other two strawberries that are hanging in there. My strawberries here get the brown on the edge of the leaves, and I'm thinking it's either sun scald or it's from the hard water here. These are either Armenian cucumbers or Kajari melons, possibly even cantaloupe. I'm not 100% sure because I foolishly forgot to stake things. Now, if I get some beans right here, I did plant some Chinese red noodle beans on this edge and that edge. So hopefully those sprout. My scabiosa, you guys, oh my goodness. This is the Black Prince scabiosa. This is Botanical Interests. I did get them from Summer Winds though, because Summer Winds Nursery in Mesa, they carry Botanical Interest seeds. So I picked these up there and I love them. They're so cool. In here I've got the champagne bubbles. It's going strong. We have a bunch of fruit on it. I'm very happy. Pretty excited to see how that turns out. Guys, I'm really excited to show you this. Look at these massive volunteer sunflowers. That one finally bloomed. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. But these ones, how freaking pretty. This is coloring, you guys. I love it. I love it so much. Sunflowers are definitely one of my favorites. I am running out of daylight, so hopefully I can get this quick. There's a calendula in here. It still has a flower on it, but it's not doing well. That's a basil that's popped up. Here is my sunrise bumblebee. We have a ton of fruit in here. And then right next to it, look at that. This purple sunrise bumblebee is purple sunrise. The purple bumblebee is just killing it in terms of growth and production. This was the first one to set fruit, and Like, look at this massive monster right here. It's like huge. But we have tons of fruit. I'm super excited for these. And then right next to it, we have Brad's Atomic Grape. And some of them are starting to get a little bit of color on them. I think these ones back here. I'm so excited. I love Roots and Refuge Farm. They're aspirational and they're so wonderful. And the way she talked about these tomatoes in her old videos, I've wanted to try them, and I started them from seed last year. Mine died. I bought a transplant. It died. So I bought a transplant again this year, and we actually have fruit. So I'm very excited about that. I think there's another melon, either cantaloupe or kajari right there. This behemoth of a volunteer sunflower. My goodness, you guys, I just cannot get enough of this. This opened yesterday, I believe, so. But all of these at the bottom, these opened a couple days ago, and it's huge, you guys. This is a 4-foot pathway, and it literally is branching like almost through the whole walkway. It's crazy. And then this one, because my SunShade was like, sorry, there's a airplane, hold on. Sorry about that. So this one got beheaded. It actually started growing, it got pushed into here and started growing through here. And because we've had so much wind and this was down and pushing everything around, it beheaded this sunflower. So that's really unfortunate because I think this one was actually going to be taller than that one. But we'll see how that one ends up. We've got another little branch from this one coming through. Down here, first off, I have a crimson red watermelon, and it is trellising up my arch trellis. If you can see, oh, it is, let's see, all the way up there. Oops, okay, come back down. This is our black crim. I'm not too sure about this. I did post on Instagram asking if anyone knew what was going on, if these spots were concerning, if I need to pull this plant or not. This is a bean. I think it's another noodle bean. This is some Tulsi holy basil. It's the only one that I've found in my garden so far, and I swore something would have reseeded in here because this half of this bed was holy basil last year. This is a serrano, and we've got a pepper right there. I have a bunch of zinnias and I think my cosmos in here. These are also yard-long noodle beans. This one is all the way up to the cattle panel trellis. And then these two behemoths. Let me zoom out. These are two Paul Robeson tomatoes, and there's tons of fruit on these two. Like tons, guys. I think this one is gonna be the one that's ready first, and then this one's probably shortly after. But they're huge. I have tons, no joke. There's a jalapeno down here, and it's got a fruit on it. That's cool. But yeah, this is prolific. I've never had this many tomatoes, tomato plants, or tomato fruit. I'm really excited about this. My nasturtiums reseeded, and there's 4 inches of soil, new soil on top of where they were. Here is one of my Roselle hibiscus. So I have that one in that corner, and then I have another one right here on this end, and I'm hoping that they will turn into a shade wall, just like these sunnies. This eggplant is huge, and I don't know, I think that one's turning into an actual eggplant. We'll see. Here's more of my yard-long noodle beans, and these ones are so tall. This one is chest. This one is a good 6 inches above my head. That's wild. I'm ecstatic about these beans. I had one plant last year. I got 4 noodle beans off of it, and they were delicious. I fried them up in some bacon fat with salt, pepper, and red pepper chili flakes, and it was so good. So good. This right here is my Sugar Rush peach pepper. I've got about 6 fruit on here right now. It's pretty cool. I'm excited to try those spicy boys. I know they're gonna hurt, but I'm still excited to try them. This is another crimson red watermelon that I am also hoping will climb this trellis, but there is the top of that watermelon, and that is up to my chest as well, so we are at about 4 feet there. Excuse me. This is my cute wind chime. I need to switch the battery because it's solar, but it also runs on a battery, so it's been out and it hasn't been lighting up. I decided to move this pot that was on my patio with my strawberry mint over here. I planted some flowers in here, straw flowers. We'll see if they join the party, and I added a little fairy house. By the way, I did add irrigation myself. I poked the holes, added the little things and the spaghetti line up into my pots. So I've got this one, has its own drip, and then that's all for the veggies. And then I did it for these big ones too. So I tapped in right there and ran a spaghetti line into this bad boy, and then same right there up into this one. So yeah, my lights are all coming on, so that is definitely telling me that it is time for me to take my booty inside. I didn't get to the pots and stuff. I did plant other things. Let me go. Let me show you. Let me show you. Okay, so I did plant more flowers in here, zinnias and straw flowers. I have a very happy strawberry in here. Woo! Oh, dang. Well, that's my snack. Oh, yes, you guys. It's ugly, but it's pink. It's beautiful, you guys. This is the first strawberry. I'm really excited. Is that? It's just a little wet, probably from my drip. But in here, there's the strawberry, and there's a cucumber, and then these are leeks. I need to pull those. So yeah, we'll see how these fare out. I put these over here because they do get some afternoon shade, and I was hoping by putting the 4 pots here would make a little microclimate, and I did do a little finagling in here and added a spaghetti line to each of these. But the pots, instead of the spaghetti drip, they have, where is it? They have these little sprayers. So I also added one over here. I'm definitely running out of light, but I replaced this line, and I had this one running up here, and instead of it being a drip, it's a sprayer as well. These are garlics. They need to come out, and a random strawberry that's in here too. Right here is my loofah and some zinnias. I'm still protecting that because I don't trust. What is that? It's too dark to see, but it's a little bit mushy. This is my tender sweet orange watermelon. That's an M.I. Gardner seed. These are some random zinnias that my husband's grandmother gave me. Oh, my milkweed. I'm really excited about this, guys. It's getting flowers on it. Let me see if we can focus. Probably not. Yes, my desert milkweed. So it's got quite a few little, got quite a few spots where we are getting some flowers. My jasmine is dying out from the heat. And then over here, I planted, these are definitely Kajari melons right here. And then back here, I planted some Roselle hibiscus as well. So I'm hoping I have an overabundance of Roselle hibiscus this, this summer, but my husband helped me put that up. I'm very happy about it. I would like to fix my twinkle fairy lights on my arch. It was supposed to be on both, but they were not long enough. Anyway, so that's it. Oh, let me show you one more thing. You guys, so I moved, that shelf was right here. It had all my bolted onions on it and everything, and I seen these two doves. You know what? I'm just gonna post the video real quick, show you from May 7th, and today is May, I don't know, like May 15th. But, so yesterday I came out here and this shelf was right here and it had all my bolted onions on it, and I noticed a dove was trying to, I think they wanted to make a nest on my onions. So I took them, I cleaned it all off, I moved the shelf over here, and I put this old pot up here, and I think, I don't want to get too close, I don't think there's an egg, but I did not put any of that extra straw on it. Oh, they're making a nest, guys. Yes. Let me see. I'm far away from this. This is zoomed out, but all of the bottom part is like all the dried onion tops, but all of this part, and it's sunken in, but all of that is new. They put that there, so I got little birdies. I think doves. I'm gonna make a nest. Can you see her? Can you see her? Hi, Mama. She's been here for a week. She has not moved once. She is very happy, and I am very happy that I was able to give her a nesting spot. Okay, there's like no light left, so I'm gonna head inside now. I'm gonna go look at the strawberry before I put it in my mouth because it's a little wet and it's kind of freaking me out. But that was my mid-May garden tour, and I'm going to try to get another one up next week so we can see what 1 week of like our hot heat has changed in here. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.